Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. So I got a call from my neighbor Doug the other day, and if you've been following our channel for any length of time, you probably noticed that Doug has been making more and more guest appearances on Hometown Acres. But anyway, he gave me a call the other day and said he's got another full dump trailer load of logs for me to come pick up. And I said, are you sure you don't want that? You know, I'm happy to take them, don't get me wrong. But you know, you've got all this work in getting them out of the woods. You don't want them. And he said, no, he said he's got maybe a full cord of wood there and he just burns campfires. He doesn't heat with it, so he just wants it off his property. Now, if you aren't familiar with Doug, he's in his 50s, he retired early. He's got a Bobcat E60 compact or mini excavator, and he has a Bobcat T770 skid loader. So he has some really nice equipment to go back there, and he spends a lot of time back in the woods grading his trails, putting in culverts across his trails, trying to keep them dry, and just spends a lot of time in maintaining his property, and that's what he enjoys doing. And in that process, he goes back and clears trees and gets them off the trails and stuff, and whenever he gets about a dump trailer full, gives me a call and I stop over and pick him up. But I really enjoy going over there to visit because he always lets me operate the equipment, and that's what we're hopefully going to do today. I think he said he's going to let me drive or operate the excavator to load these logs up. Any chance I can get some extra seat time in the excavator, I enjoy that because it's something I'm really not good at. I don't have a whole lot of experience with them, but it's something that I want to get better at. So anyway, let's go ahead and load up the dump trailer, head over to Doug's, and get these logs loaded up.
So we made it over to Doug's here and he's greasing up the excavator, but I thought while we're waiting for him to finish up, we'll take a walk over here and see what he's got for us to load up in the dump trailer today. It looks like a lot of this stuff will run through the Yappa 315 pretty nicely, but some of this bigger stuff is going to have to go through the Easton made axis.
You got the right one.
Yeah, it's swinging. Okay, so now I pick it up. It's on the ears. I curl the bucket down until it pushes the bucket forward. Lower it down to push it into place. Then hit the log bucket. That log, so there's two pins.
So give me a, there you go.
So before we got started, Doug was showing me his hydraulic quick coupler on his excavator, and the whole time he was showing me this, I was thinking, man, this would be a nice feature on my tractor. I know I've got the quick attach on my front end loader, but I still have to get on and off the machine to actually lock it in. This is all hydraulically driven and it locks in itself. Now here, Doug told me I could use the excavator to load up these logs. Since I don't have a whole lot of experience running the excavator, he wanted to give me an opportunity to try it out. And it was kind of funny. He said, you don't have to worry about hurting the excavator. The only thing you got to worry about is hurting your dump trailer. So he didn't have a whole lot of skin in the game with me screwing up here.
So we got all the logs loaded up there, and that took me probably 20 minutes. Doug, how long you think that would have taken you? Somebody that's been running this for years.
Well, two good eyes, 5 minutes. One good eye, 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's actually an
That's
interesting story. So Doug only has one eye. Doug, tell us that story about what happened.
Probably 12 years ago, I was using my skid loader, and I loaded a shovel and a rake in the cab of the skid loader with me to take it to move some dirt. And it was an open cab skid loader, and I didn't realize at the time that when I lifted the boom of the machine up, the skid loader had tipped forward. And when I lowered the boom back down, the shovel handle got caught between the main beam of the skid loader, snapped in half, and it came straight back and hit me right across the eye. And at that point in time, I was instantly blind in that eye. I've been through 5 or 6 different surgeries, but
and that's one of those accidents that no amount of PPE is going to save you from.
as
Safety glasses, nothing.
As freak as they come, yeah. So,
Yeah.
You know, the reality of it is I can still do everything I want. I can't get a pilot's license, and I can't get a CDL license.
Right.
It's the 2 limitations of being blind in one eye. But the reality of it is I can still run this stuff. It takes
Right.
me a little bit slower, maybe a little bit longer, because I don't have depth perception. I can't judge distances. So I use shadows and touch and go things a lot more. So I'm a little slower at it, but it doesn't take the fun away by any means.
Yeah. So Doug took off the little, I think, what is that, a 9-inch bucket or a 12-inch bucket?
That's a 12-inch bucket.
So we were using a 12-inch bucket to kind of grapple those logs into the trailer, and then this is a 4-foot grading
I
bucket.
think it's a 54-inch.
A 54-inch grading bucket that he put on here. And he also has, what is this, like a hydraulic wrist?
It's a hydraulic power tilt is what they call it, but a hydraulic wrist is a good explanation.
A hydraulic power tilt, so he can actually kind of grade and change the angle of that bucket, you know, if you're doing ditches or hillsides or something like that. And, you know, we got done doing the dump trailer, and he said, well, do you want to go play in some dirt? And I'm like, heck yeah, let's go do it. So we're going to go and see if we can't dig into a big pile of dirt he's got sitting over here.
Keep in mind, you throw the bucket, keep that angle.
Yeah.
Okay, so the angle is right. Then you gotta kind of pull down on both sticks. That angle.
Right.
So if I start here, and all I do is throw my bucket, changing the angle on the side of it.
You're digging down the bottom side, and your top side is staying in the same spot.
So this is where it takes a little more dexterity. Across.
Yeah. That's awesome. That might be more useful than the hydraulic thumb, I think. Mm-hmm.
Because that extra, and I don't want to do it, but that extra gap that hydraulic tilt has on it brings that bucket closer to your foot in.
Now this is me trying it, but you've got to keep in mind I only have about 45 minutes total of seat time in an excavator. So Doug was making this look way easier than it actually is. You've got a total of about 5 functions that you're running when you're doing this. You've got your hydraulic power tilt, you've got the tilt on the bucket, you've got your stick that you're bringing in, you're pulling your boom up, and you're rotating the cab of the excavator all at the same time.
right, so we just got back from Doug's and I got about another half hour's worth of seat time in the excavator. Couldn't be happier about that. Got back to the property here, got the dump trailer unloaded, got all those logs sorted out. It ended up working out to, I think just about every log there went to the Yappa. They were all pretty small diameter. I had 3 that I set aside for a potential saw log. I'm not sure if they're gonna be firewood, if they're gonna be saw log, but I'm saving them from the chainsaw for now. And then I had about 3 logs that we took over to the Eastimate axis that were too crooked or too large for the Yappa 315. But I tell you what, the hydraulic wrist on that mini excavator, I could see how that would be extremely useful. I think I said in the video earlier that that might be more useful than the hydraulic thumb. Of course, it's going to depend on what you're doing, but let me know in the comments down below if you had to pick one between the hydraulic wrist or a hydraulic thumb, which would you guys prefer? But anyway, I think that's going to about wrap this one up. Do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video, give us a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.